Welcome to Knapsacks on Our Backs, a quick look at the Viatorian news around the province this week. I'm Associate Dan Masterton. It's May 23rd, 2025. Let's get on our way. Alongside academics, Cristo Rey students work about 5 days a month to gain experience and offset their tuition. Cristo Rey St. Viator students are placed at St. Viator Parish and School, as well as our former parish, Viatorian-founded St. Thomas More, and their perfect partnerships. St. Viator Coordinator of Youth Ministry and Faith Formation, Associate Rosie Hartz, loves the hard work and energy that Mari Cruz and Elizabeth bring to the St. Viator Parish office. And Associate Julianne Dwyer raves about Jocelyn and her language and technology skills as a huge gift for the STM staff. Julianne said no matter what the assignment is, she completes it with perfection. At St. Viator School, Principal Dr. Katie Kiss has her team of workers in classrooms, modeling best behaviors on the playground, and becoming part of the daily rhythm at their school. She said these students become a valued and visible presence in our community. CRSV President and veteran educator Lisa Burkhead loves the faith formation that these students get with Viatorians, and how great academics, together with work study, benefits her students. She said, the data is clear that this is a winning combination in preparation for college. Read the whole story at Viatorians.com. On Viatorian Voices, we hosted Associates Cheryl Schwartz and Julianne Dwyer. They both work on staff at St. Thomas More in Henderson, Nevada, and we discussed how they continue carrying forward the charism even after our priests are no longer in leadership there. Cheryl, who runs the Outreach Ministries and Gift Shop, affirms new associate Shelley Aguiar, a fellow parishioner who helps sort pantry donations and cycles around the area doing service. Cheryl says she's got the charism with her. Julianne, who also works in formation of pre-associates, celebrates the dynamism of younger members, including pre-associate Georgina Martinez, another STM parishioner. Julianne says most of them have gone through VYC and they understand what the Viatorians are all about, and they're already so active in that identity. Hear all of episode 88 on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Around the province, Viator House and friends are organizing another public witness in Arlington Heights at Arlington Heights Road and Northwest Highway. Come join tonight from 5 to 6 p.m. if you can. We'll be celebrating all our graduates next week, but as a preview, congratulations to the 4 Viator House participants who just graduated high school. And shout out to the Cristo Rey St. Viator students who traveled to Carson City to help the Secretary of State. Together, they testified before the State Senate Committee on Government Affairs about pending school safety legislation. As a final piece, I want to offer the first in a periodic contribution I'm calling Between the Lines, little dispatches of mine from behind the communications desk about the story behind the good news we seek out and share. Stay tuned for that bonus clip at the end of this video. All for now. Until next time, Venerable Louis Curbs, inspire us. St. Viator, pray for us. Adored and loved be Jesus. For American Catholics, this papal election will be a where were you when moment, joining historical events such as 9/11, the fall of the Berlin Wall, and the assassination of President Kennedy. I'll always remember my story, and it's distinctly and thoroughly Viatorian. I was in Las Vegas, visiting ministry leaders to strengthen our communications. I was eating breakfast with a parishioner when we got the white smoke alert. Minutes earlier, he had tipped me off to an interview Father Mark Francis gave the day before, affirming Cardinal Robert Prevost, an American cardinal and Father Mark's CTU classmate and an Augustinian priest who Mark had also served alongside in Rome when they were both superiors. I finished breakfast and headed over to St. Viator. I was meeting with parish staff when someone shouted out, "They're coming out!" As we fumbled with TV remotes and smartphone apps, Father Dan Bellinger had pinned down a live stream on his desktop. So, 6 of us piled in behind his desk, including Associate Rosie Hartz, who also brought Father John Eustace in with her on Zoom on her phone, joyfully preempting their VYC planning meeting. John was a little ahead of our feed, and I'll never forget watching his arms go up and hearing him shout out of Rosie's phone speaker and catching the word American in his exclamations. We struggled to hear the announcements from Dan's computer, but as I refreshed my social feeds on my phone, I saw it was Cardinal Prevost. One more feed refresh revealed his name, Pope Leo XIV. We eventually tried to get back to work while still preoccupied. I let Associate Bridget Miklik know I'd be late getting over to Bishop Gorman to see her for my next appointment, and I worked through the many notifications blowing up my phone. Father Mark's CBS News appearance the day before had proved a bit of a prophecy, and it put him on the record as a friend and an endorser of Cardinal Prevost. Before we knew it, Father Mark, his assistant Julia, and I had a deluge of media requests. By Julia's grace and Mark's poise, he ended up appearing on CBS, MSNBC, ABC, CNN, and more, offered comments to the New York Times, wrote a column for Time magazine, and appeared on America Media's Jesuitical podcast. A cherry on top moment for me that day, when it really started to sink in, was later that night. Sitting on a comfy couch in a Viatorian residence in Las Vegas, alongside Father Bill Hassard in his recliner, with Father Mark, on the TV, speaking to Aaron Burnett on CNN about his friend who had been elected Pope. I pray you've savored the joy and grace in the election of Pope Leo XIV and will join us in praying for him and his papacy.